Hey, business owners, you are not as successful as you want to be because you haven't dug into any personal development. You're exactly where you are and you're not as happy as you could be. You know that you have more potential than what you have right now, but you haven't dug into the personal development to get yourself there. Hey, Kim. This is it's so true. Like, I have so many clients that wait too long, right? And they know that they have this potential. They know that they can go bigger, right? But they're thinking small, and they're not really giving themselves, they're basing all of their 2020 goals off of their 2019 goals, right? They're basing things off of what they already have done. They're not thinking big picture. They're not thinking outside of what they think that they can do. And in order to think that way, you have to dig into your own personal development, because if you don't, it's going to be the end of the decade, right? And for some of you, this might be the last decade. And I'm serious when I say that. Like, what if this was your last decade? Like, wouldn't you have wanted to push the needle just a little bit? Try something a little bit more outside of your comfort zone? Like, get to that $1 million mark, or that $1 billion mark, or that $250,000, whatever it is for you, that the next level, like, push that zone of wealth, or push that zone of genius in terms of your skill level, right? Don't you want to do that? Like I said, if you don't, then you have that you get to the end of the decade and you're sitting exactly where you are, or you're comfortable, which is even worse, right? And you're not ever challenged anymore, but yet you get to the end of the decade and there you sit. It's like, there's a lot of room to grow there. And I'm so passionate about this. You have no idea. And I know I say it over and over, but man, I had a client tell me this week that I changed her life. And you know what? I know what I have is fucking powerful. And I know that what I do is really, really powerful, but I also know that less than 6% of people will dig into their personal development this year, which is so flipping sad. It's so sad. And a lot of people will dip into it, but they won't create a consistent habit out of it. And that's even worse. Because once you get through some of those aha moments and those breakthrough points, you really start to realize that there is more out there, that there is more potential, and you start to look for those aha moments and breakthroughs more often. You start going to different conferences. You start finding somebody to learn a new skill from, or whatever you're doing to push the needle on that, whatever that may be, whatever is effective for your business or for your entrepreneurial journey, whatever you're in, for your profession, for your leadership, for you as a mom. Like, good Lord. Like, what is the next level of mothership for you? Like, what does that look like? Hey, Brian. Hey, Ivan. What's up, Matt? But, yeah, there's always, like, the yeah buts, you know? It's like, yeah, but, you know, I already have too much on my plate. Or, yeah, but I don't have the finances for that. Like, I kid you not, every single one of the clients that I've had have made money, more money than when they started with me, and have paid me back in that time. That's why I have people sign on to me multiple times. Like, they don't just sign on for 90 days. Some of them do, and that's okay. But they sign on for more because now they've pushed the needle, and now they realize that they don't want to go without that push. And they know that they're making more money because I'm pushing them to do the things that they want to do. Some of them don't really care about money as much. Like, yes, it's always a conversation, but a lot of them are trying to fix and mend a relationship with their partner, or they're trying to just get the systems in line first. And then they know that the money will come, but they're worrying about really creating some effective and extraordinary systems that they can get ordinary employees in there to create, to run those extraordinary processes, right? But you have three options, basically, right? You can go back to school. Like, if you're going to really dig into something personally or professionally and develop yourself, you can go back to school and do the traditional route, right? You can stay exactly where you're at and sit there and do the same thing over and over for the next 10 years. Or you can sign on to something with personal development. Or you can buy a damn book, right? You can go buy a self-help book, something in the area that you think is interesting to you, to put you into a state of awareness, to bring whatever more. Maybe it's something about wealth, maybe it's something about mindset. And I had somebody the other day say, they said, mindset is just another fad or something like that, and I about vomited all over the person. Like, I'm like, what did you just say? But find a book to read, or hop on my webinar on Tuesday, or do something outside of the norm to push yourself. I have my 5 Days to Fierce Focus. There's another one coming up on the 10th. Like, sign up for something like that. Like, commit yourself to something than you normally would. All right. I mean, it's so crazy. Like, there's so much that you can get out of that, and I feel so passionate about it because I'm in it, obviously, and I understand it, but I've also been changed to bring change to other people. And I have so many family and friends even that are watching this video probably right now that have never dug into personal development. And I think it's you're missing out is what I'm saying. Like, there is joy to life. Like, you could continue for the next 10 years to be flying by the seat of your pants, like letting the entire day just lead you instead of you leading your day. You could work like a workaholic for the next 10 years and still be in that same position when you get to the end of 2030, and you're going to look back and be like, shit. Or you're going to wait until you're 5, 6, and you're going to be like, man, why didn't I do it sooner? Like, why didn't I try to get myself out of this shit sooner? Because I hear it all the time. People are like, I already have too much on my plate. How could I dedicate myself to learning about myself, you know, on top of everything that I have going on? That's exactly why you should be doing it, right? So anyway, I have a webinar on Tuesday. If you're interested, certainly hop in there. It's at 8 p.m. I'll have registration out shortly. We'll go through a lot of different pieces. You'll definitely be challenged in that personally and professionally. And we'll go through kind of like 3 big mistakes that I see business owners and entrepreneurs make, but you don't need to be a business owner, of course, to get in there. Like, this is for professionals too that want to level themselves up. So if you're hungry for growth and you want something like that, then certainly hop in there. But I hope that serves you guys today. Have an amazing day, and I will see you soon. Peace.